welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with a fun scrap buster I'm calling for Patch Churn Dash. Now, this has been, we were playing around with this when we were doing the Churn Dash case study about changing one element. What we did is we took out the rails unit that would appear here and put in 4 patches. And now we can flip and switch these around and have some fun with chaining and all the rest of the stuff. So, and this would probably look absolutely fabulous, scrappy. So before we get into the sewing and flipping stuff around, I want to talk to you about Dawn at the Lake, or Lakeside Quilting. Now, her YouTube channel is going to be in our link below. And I just found her recently, and I think it's a wonderful little channel. So I'm hoping that you go check her out and see if you like what you see over there. Tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, the other thing you're going to find in there, besides the cutting instructions and her link, you're going to find our Zoom sew dates, which are listed out. You know, put them on your calendar. Come join us. We have people from all over the world coming to join us now, and those are so much fun. They're from 9 a.m., 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because I'm either in Arizona or Alberta. It's just a hoot when we get in there. The other thing is our Facebook group. And if you're part of the Facebook community and haven't joined yet, you should, because there's all sorts of different community chats going on. There's fabric exchanges, there's asking questions, there's showing the quilts that we're making. It's all sorts of wonderful things. Plus, we're making use of a virtual sewing room that is open 24/7 and so much fun to be in. You never know who you're going to meet in there. And I do try to get in there myself. So that's always a lot of fun. I always get lots done when I'm in there too. So now, share, like, and subscribe. You're helping our analytics by commenting, because I like to comment back. And the more interaction we have, the more that drives our video forward. And we could really use your help doing that. Share, share, like, and subscribe with your friends as well. I mean, we're always helpful. That's always helpful for us as well. Now, if you belong to a guild or a larger quilting group, tell them that I speak for free over Zoom. I don't have a trunk show of 300 pounds of quilts. I've given them away to friends, family, and charities now. So, but I do have pictures, so we can talk to them, those groups, for you for free, and talk to them about making charity quilts and what kind of things we do here on the channel, like giving away free blocks and all the rest of the free sew-alongs and whatnot that we do. So come on in. Let's get to the fun sewing here today. Okay, so I've lined these up so they're easier. So now let's do the hard part first. Everybody's having a little bit of problems with their half square triangles. Now I have my stitch plate on that is just a small hole, and I get the corner as close as possible to the needle before I start putting my foot on the pedal, right? So let's just do this again. Let's get past, and now I sneak that under as close as I can, and then I just run it through. Because that way I don't have any issues. But having that one little hole in your plate when you're sewing half square triangles, there's no place for the half square triangle tip to fall in, right? There we go. I never lose the point of a half square triangle into that little hole. So it's a time saver too, right? Especially if you're doing hundreds of half square triangles, you might, with your modern machine, if you've got 2 plates, one is for zigzag stitches and the other one's just a plain hole, switch to the one with the plain hole. It's very, very good idea to do that. Now, so we got all 4 of these now are sewn. I'm going to take a quick, there we go, quick, cut them all off. Oops. Okay, give them a little finger press. No, what we should do is cut off the dog ears first. And I trim deep into the dog ear. I don't just trim at a right angle, like a right angle people. I trim more deep in, because I want to reduce as much bulk there as possible. They still have, enough seam for the triangle to hold together, and this little stuff here just ends up in a dog bed, or a pet bed. We had some very cute pictures of fur babies on the Facebook group this morning that I just squealed when I saw them. They were just so adorable, and they were little knitted sweaters. Yes, we do all sorts of things, you know, on our Facebook channel. So now we're just going to line those up so you can see where they go or where the placement is. Now let's get to the next hard part, which is not a hard part again. So that's where we're at. We're doing this. So we got that done. So let's get our 4 patches done. Now I just run them all the same way, and then we start playing around with them. Then we start twisting every second one to make a 4 patch. And I try and sew all my 4 patches the same way, just as I'm doing 4 patches. That's kind of what I was taught how to do, because then if you had to start spinning them all and then intersewing them all, right, you would want them all to interlock, right? So that's how I was taught. It doesn't matter which way they go as long as they all go the same way, right? Essentially is the other thing I'm trying to say too. But sometimes in a quilt, you'll put a project together and then you'll stop and then you'll take on another project and then you're moving off to something else. And yeah, that project gets left and doesn't really get back to it in time. Then you start throwing them the other way. Then you run into problems. Okay. Now, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so I'm just going to clip this there. Now they're all there. One is going one way and the other is going the other way. Now I press to the dark and then flip, right? So this is going to go with the white first. And make sure your nesting is really tight because you want a nice sharp little point there. Okay. Now, clip, clip, clip. I can leave them just like that. There. This is such a pretty, I ended up with some of the nicest fabric being donated. I really love this low volume. I bought that, but I mean, this purple was donated and it was purpley pink. It's just, oh, lovely, so lovely. Okay. Oops, there we go. Well, see now, I've sewn them differently already here, right? If you always lead with the low volume on top, all of those will link, but we're not linking anything, so it's not really a stressful thing. But if you're thinking about doing like a postage stamp quilt or an Irish chain or something like that, you may want to consider, okay, I have to figure out how I'm going to sew all my 4 patches. I obviously didn't get enough sleep last night because, and I don't have to take that one apart because we're not nesting them, so we're not linking them together. But okay, here we go. Oh, where did my little plug go? There it is. Okay. So now we have all 4 of these done. So swirling, okay. Swirling, you're going to swirl it that way, and you're going to put it in like so. Okay. Now, I laid them out like that to give you an idea. And like I say, you can make this as scrappy as you want. You can make this as unified as you want as well, right? So here's one suggestion. Just, you know, real quick finger press and off we are here. So this lays out just like so, where it's an asymmetrical block. And you would put sashing in between it and everything, and it would look just really, really kind of cool because it's unexpected, right? It's unexpected from then the traditional. You could also lay out all your 4 patches the same way, right? Where they're like this. right? And that creates a different effect again. There's no chaining though, but it does provide movement, right? So, I mean, it's kind of like the look you want to go for. I kind of really like this asymmetrical look because I like asymmetrical blocks, right? You know, you can have a lot of fun with this. And then you can also change this around. But this would create a very different block again, right? So that's kind of what you want to do with this. I like this. I really do like that. That's a cool little thing going on. So let's just assemble this now, just like a 9-patch, because that's basically what it is now, is an oversized 9-patch. And we're just going to run them through. Okay, just like so. Okay, there. Just like turning a book. You flop one over like so, and that's the side, this is the side you sew. Just like turning a page in a book. That makes it so much easier. Okay. There, now you take that open like so. Make sure everything's still going the same way you want it. Yeah, it is. Okay, here we go. Another one. And the last one. Here we go. Yeah, I love webbing my blocks. I just find that it's such a simple way of keeping the block in the right place, you know. So now we check it again, make sure, because now if something's awry, we can, you know, don't have that many seams. And yes, it's all good. So we just push this through. And now with the needle down, I clip because I want to see which way I'm going. And I want that to be, I can get everything in there as close as I can. And I leave it down. And that's going in, this is going out. There. I'll show you the back how I set up the, like when I iron it. There. And how we match up the end. There. And there's one seam. And the last seam. Well, we should probably get a new plug. This plug has seen lots of thread. Okay. So now, yeah, that's perfect. Let's do this. And everything goes in. I just find this easier than sewing from, let's say, a design board or something to that effect. I prefer this because I find it quick. If you prefer to sew from a design board and it's working for you and you don't like this method, that's good too. At least you know what you like and you know what you don't like. That's a good thing to know. What's that comment? You do you. Okay, last up, the last part of this. There we go. Now, what I did on the back is I pressed everything towards the center because that's going to provide me with the path of least resistance, right? So this and this, everything goes in to the center and then these go out to the side. So that way you're going to have the least amount of bulk in your points here and in these points here. So let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, here's our big ta-da moment. This turned out quite cute. I really liked how this all played together. And it will start to chain, right? If you put all the blocks the same way, it'll start to give this, chained effect throughout your quilt. I mean, you can start playing around with these too and put them on point, or, put them on point this way. It would be fun. It would be very interesting to look at. A very interesting little piece. And it comes together very quickly. Now, I decided to go with just purples and the same tone in the back. But if your scraps are smaller, this would work as a good scrap buster too, right? So because you've got, like, as long as you can cut a 2.5-inch square out of your color, that would work. You could throw it in here. I do hope you give this one a try. It is a good scrap buster. And for all those half square triangles that we have kicking around, at least it's a good idea. Give it a try. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. Anyways, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week ahead. And until we meet again, you take care. Okay, bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for watching our video and being so supportive of our channel. This has been just such an amazing journey we're on here on YouTube, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So our thanks, truly our thanks for you. If there's anything you need, don't be afraid to contact me either through the Facebook book or through email. I'm trying to do as many viewer request videos as possible, and if I don't do it, you need to remind me, okay? So that's not a problem. But yes, it's been just absolutely amazing. Make sure you tell your gills I speak for free. We have a Facebook group. We do Zoom sew dates, and we give out nothing but free patterns. So I hope that you have an absolutely joyful year ahead, and your sewing room, everything is going for you, and life is great. Okay, you take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye.